physics classes for all those nerds out there.
But Thomas Bryant's jockstrap, get him out of here!
How does that not indicate to you, like, hey, sometimes, like, these prospects are awesome?
Donald, get back! They snatched that chain, boy. Get back! What's all gonna do about it? Popeye snatched that chain. Get back! We want that snack wrap. They got 3 flavors. Y'all got 1. Get back!
Hey everybody!
What did I just say, bro? Come on!
Hey everybody! Welcome. Wake up!
It's so over.
Hey everybody! Welcome into the. I can't even speak normally. This is crazy.
Welcome on into the Big Factor.
Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports Network, presented by FanDuel. Ryan, Tyler, Jack Rourke, Nick Padone, Rob Watson. I got the suds today, guys.
Ryan's playing a little hurt, if you couldn't tell.
This is my flu game, by the way, guys.
Put your gear on.
I didn't even sound like this pre-show.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
No, you're kind of like putting on an act right now.
Rapid decline.
I swear to God.
Or
trying to sell them on it.
I swear to God.
I think it's just a rapid decline is what's happening.
I need to take
Be
my
lucky to make
Dayquil.
it till 11 o'clock.
The body is breaking down.
I got sick watching the Dodgers win 2 World Series in a row, but Jack, congratulations, your Los Angeles Dodgers have won the fall.
Yeah, no,
Classic.
that's like you must be a sick person. You must be a sick person to want the Los Angeles Dodgers to win the World Series. Woo! Told you it was gonna happen. Told you it was gonna happen.
Yeah, that's my bad.
PFF grade is in the mud, bro.
Yeah, PFF grade. Well, we got to roll those back out later today too.
I feel like Corn Lucas today, fellas. Jack, do you feel good for the Guardians or no? In terms of Shane, the guy, excuse me, your whole argument, I sound horrible. Your whole argument was that the guys on the Guardians, you didn't want them to win because it would just make you feel worse about the state of the Cleveland Guardians.
Yeah, absolutely. That was my whole, and like this wasn't like a manufactured take. Once we found out the World Series, like Nick could attest to it. I have been on this wave like pretty much since we traded Shane Bieber in August, and yeah, like. They're professional athletes. Like they're not. I mean, I guess they're forever tied to Cleveland in a way. But like Shane Bieber comes out after the game and says, "Man, that was the closest baseball team I was ever a part of." He was there for 4 weeks. You know, like it's like they're athletes. They move on. That's how life
really
works. So yeah. So I'm not going to come here and be like, "Oh, woe is Shane Bieber. Woe is the former Guardians." Like yeah, they I think they were a pretty solid baseball team who got hot at the perfect time. And yeah, there were some guys who played in Cleveland who had beyond exceptional runs. Like, I mean, Ernie Clement, 30 hits in the playoffs. Like, that's ridiculous. Andres Jimenez was awesome. Like, yeah, like it was cool for those guys to do what they did, but I'm not going to sit here and cry because they lost.
How does it make you feel that a team that essentially had like half-year-old players and built around a star correctly was correct and normal size lead off on a run on contact situation away from beating the Dodgers?
Yeah, so that did happen too. But yeah, I mean, it's also like they're not a direct comparison by any means. Like Vladdy, the amount of money he's getting, Jose's not getting that. Like having a guy like Bo Bichette on the roster, George Springer, like this isn't like a direct correlate, like direct comparison of okay, it's Jose, and then there's these couple of guys we traded who were their 8 and 9 hitters in the World Series, right? Like they have the George Springers and the Bo Bichettes of the world, plus that pitching staff of. We have a great pitching staff, but those guys are established. You know, like
the
there's a
that
difference.
Went for it is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
you
which but it does show you that hey,
yeah.
if you do choose to go for it and get a second and a third guy who can like actually play baseball and be worth $10 million USD per fucking season.
By the way,
do it.
Here lies my hopes and dreams of Bo Bichette coming.
Oh yeah, that home run. So much money on that home run.
The La Mole, shout out our guy La Mole, turn around, cross Bo Bichette right off the list.
That didn't happen
because
anymore.
that is that dream was dead on arrival.
He's the guy.
When he hit that out, I was like, no, that just priced me out of it.
He's the guy in the Blue Jays though who I get the most credit to.
That's what I was. Dude,
I mean, the way you come back and even play with that, like hustling down the line, like trying to be at double plays and shit when you can't even move. But him and Yamamoto are the dogs of the series, in my opinion. Like what Yamamoto did to go out and throw 100 pitches and then go out the next day is like not only unprecedented, but like I genuinely do question what we're gonna see out of him in the future because they might have just run that arm into the friggin' ground. And hey,
couldn't even lift you
got that banner. Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, but you get the banner, it's worth it, I guess. But like. And even look at the start of his year, guys. Like when he got rocked the first couple of times out, like there was him like allegedly crying in the dugout, like, "Oh, is this guy built for it? Can he pitch in America?" All that yada 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 that we got. Like back in the day, even Ohtani hit 130 in his first spring training. Guys are like, "Oh, he fucking sucks. That guy's not gonna be good here." You know, like there's that rep that these international guys get some time, and it's great to see him come out and prove everyone wrong and just be an exceptional pitcher who deservedly so gets MVP.
Can't teach dog university.
I would put two guys that I've ever met. Willie Ashford. Actually, I haven't met Yamamoto, but those are the two guys who I would like to enroll in the 1-1 class of Canty.
All right, so we got odds pulled up. We got odds pulled up on FanDuel for the 2026 World Series.
Guards.
As you'd imagine, the Dodgers are plus 350.
In a sport that has 30 teams with an unpredictable playoffs, I hope people understand how just scott insane it is to be plus 350 in the World Series. Yeah. The last team to three-peat was the Yankees with like Bernie Williams, Jeter, Jorge Posada from like I think it was like 98 to 01 or something like that. But they were the did you who Bernie Williams? He's a Hall of Famer. As is Jeter.
Did a lockout follow after this?
No, not directly. But
I knew Jeter. I
think they were the first team since the Reds to go back to back in the NL, like the Big Red Machine in the 70s. So it doesn't happen often. Like it is.
Jeter and Bernie's who? Sanders?
Come on, bro.
Bernie Williams, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, where do you guys think the Guardians are at on this list of betting odds?
Plus
like
10,000.
No, you're gonna be sitting like plus
top 15,
4,500 around like 18th in the league probably.
They are top 15. I want to say.
that's respect.
All right, so Dodgers are the favorites, then the Yankees.
Okay.
I will say, if the Dodgers don't repeat, looking at this list, there's a lot of value betting on like not any of the teams that are favored after them, because like the Yankees
No pitching.
looked weird all year.
No pitching. Scratch them off.
No
Who's next?
pitching. No
Who's
Juan
next?
Soto.
Who's next? Let's get the Guards up to second.
The
Come on.
Phillies could potentially lose Bryce Harper and Schwarber.
That is a old person home.
The Mets.
I knew
Oh,
they
they
were.
can't even go to the playoffs.
It can't-
Scratch them off.
The Mariners.
Oh, the Mariners. I'm scared of them. One hit wonder.
The Astros.
Cheaters.
The Red Sox. The Braves.
Injured.
The Padres.
Always hurt.
The Blue Jays.
Just went.
The Cubs.
Never.
The Brewers.
Eh.
They
the
literally
Orioles.
beat us, Jack.
The Orioles? Oh, we can beat them.
And then the Cleveland Guardians.
Okay, we could be second if you listen to that again.
So the Guards, Orioles, Tigers all have the same odds at plus 2,700.
That's like you know the meme of the two guys that are like my size fighting each other like in the gas station parking lot. Like that's what those three teams are doing. I don't think any of us are punching up there. I don't know if Scooble's a Tiger on opening day.
You're a top 15. You got top 15 odds to win the World
Are we already
Series.
talking ourselves into this right now?
I got nothing else to do. The Browns are on a bye week. Might as well.
I mean, when you look at the AL, who scares you though?
I mean, who has a better pitching staff ahead of us in the AL? Because there's not a ton of teams, especially looking at like the free
I
agents
can't wait
the
to
Blue
hear
Jays
us
have.
talking about how we haven't scored more than 2 runs in a game for 4 months. As soon as we get around to it, and fucking when do they start playing baseball? When
April.
Does that start?
Maybe late March.
Can't wait to hear about it, bro.
We could really get into it in February if we want to deep dive.
I mean, we could get into it
Yeah.
now. It could just be basketball and baseball going forward, unless we have to talk Browns.
All right, who would you guys guess? There's 3 teams with the longest odds.
Okay, you're going. They don't think Rocktober is going to return.
Pirates?
Rockies are down there.
Rockets.
I don't think the Buccos are that bad.
No, Buccos are not that bad.
See, here's a hot take, I think the White Sox are going to be sneaky fringe next year of even being playoff contenders. I'm telling you that right now in October. I think they're going to gas them back there again.
All right, well, they're the longest
And
odds.
don't
plus
take that,
50,000.
But them to make the playoffs, I don't know what it is. That is going to be a very good bet next year. That was a young team that had an incredible second half, in my
Is
opinion.
it the Oakland Athletics still? Or
Yeah, they got to be down there. They're a shit scrap. No.
nasty behavior.
Nationals?
The Nationals.
Okay, yeah. That's
Nationals, White Sox, Rockies.
The White Sox aren't going to be that bad. I don't think they come in 5th in our division. That'll be my hot take.
Then the Angels, then the Pirates.
The Angels should be down there. That's
When
a
is
skunk
Paul
organization.
Skeens gonna become a Dodger? Because
He will be a Yankee probably in 2 years.
Yeah, they're new. I think him. Remember when him and Livy Dunn were trying to get that apartment and it went bad, and then she like freaked out on TikTok. I think we talked about it on the show.
No, what happened?
They were trying to get an apartment.
Is there a lover's quarrel?
They were trying to get an apartment in New York City. It was Babe Ruth's old apartment, matter of fact, in New York City, and the HOA he declined her.
Oh, well, she's from New Jersey, right? So I think she's around that area. That would make sense.
So, they said that
Yankee.
They didn't give her a reason, but like the conspiracy was that they didn't want, even though it was Babe Ruth's apartment. So like it was a very publicized listing. They did not want public figures living in that building.
Interesting.
Is this a choke by the Toronto Blue Jays?
Probably.
I would say it is.
Probably.
I mean,
I don't.
They had
I
so
really
many
don't.
that was
chances.
back-to-back games where they had the lead going towards like the later
up
half of the
3-0.
innings, right?
They had so many chances to put it away.
No, man, it's not a choke.
It took a ninth inning and an extra inning home run to win.
It's a
You're also getting this from someone who watched this team lose up 3-1 in the World Series. But like baseball is such like a sport where how many times in a row in a season do you see a team rip off 2 in a row against the same team? You see it every single week 1,000 times because these teams play 3-game series against each other. Like baseball, it's if you're up 3-0 or 3-1 in baseball, it's a choke. If you're up 3-2 in a series, I don't think so.
I mean, 14 left on base in a game 7.
No, yeah,
I'm saying it.
It wasn't pretty. Don't get me wrong. They had a lot of chances to win it,
coaching
but
him over there to just take your extra step, and he gets beat out by the throw by.
I think they told him to be back though.
Nasty. That's a choke.
That's
what I'm
saying.
That's a choke. Yeah.
I think they told him to be back, which is interesting. It's a little Joel Skinner 07 ALCS for your Cleveland fans.
All right, we're going to move on to football. Before we do that, I got to tell everybody about our friends over at Garage Beer. Garage Beer comes in just 2 flavors, classic light lager as well as that classic lime. No frills, no bitterness,
juice.
No IPAs. It's just beer-flavored beer. No frills, no bitterness, no IPAs. Scan that QR code now or go give their website a visit, drinkgaragebeer.com, to find local retailers who sell garage beer near you. Again, that is drinkgaragebeer.com. It tastes a lot better than my voice sounds right now, that's for sure. All right, guys, we got the report from Adam Schefter. The Browns actually expected to be buyers more than sellers ahead of the NFL's trade deadline, which is tomorrow.
There we go.
At 4 p.m. is the official trade deadline for the NFL. I think when a lot of people read this, they were surprised, but I think if we want to explain it, they're just shopping around for little moves, maybe perhaps offensive linemen, the Cam Robinsons of the world. This isn't something where you're buyers like the Eagles. We just saw them trade for Jalen Phillips. No, this is just you're buying scrap heap, the Andrew Berry special.
Yeah, they're buying at the garage sale. They're buying at the flea market. Like that's really what they're doing. And I think that
find some good stuff.
I said this weeks ago. Like it wouldn't surprise me if they did a Guardians and sold the buy. So like if you could move off of a guy like Njoku and it means you get an upgrade at offensive line, you're probably doing that. If you can potentially flip, an aging, guy in the roster like a Rayshawn Jenkins, and then in return you can find a way to get some sort of bargain bin wide receiver, then they're probably going to do that. Like, I think a lot of people saw this and thought, Garrett Wilson or Jalen Waddle, there's so many, Breece Hall, like there's so many big names that are kind of being floated at this deadline. And I know the NFL is trying to get a little bit more like the NBA and MLB where there's a little bit more commotion that goes on at the deadline. And I do think we will see trades from Andrew Berry potentially as early as today and into tomorrow, but I just don't think it's going to be anything that's like needle moving. I really think it's more so just a surprise that like they are still they have 10 draft picks though, so like when you look at this, like they're realistically not going to field 10 new rookies next year, so they got to try to flip some of those mid to late round picks into actual players that can contribute.
We got our Miles agenda off too before the Eagles made the trade, so we made the most out of that. What do you want to say? We're gonna flip the fifths that we traded Flacco for what? Another cornerback 3 was a first-round draft pick in 2021 and is failing, something like that. Potential guy. It's just mid sauce, medium sauce.
I will say that Tyson Campbell, like I'll give Andrew Berry a little bit of credit though. Like the Tyson Campbell things worked. Like that you made that trade, you flipped Newsome, you were never gonna pay him. Tyson Campbell's
moving that draft pick back up too.
Yeah, like that was a pass.
Remember Elijah
Moore? Passing trade.
Hey, he caught a ball last night. Did you see that? He caught a ball in an NFL game last
night.
I'd completely steer because I know like it's
that's the type of move I expect to see tomorrow.
I agree. And here's what's difficult about it is like you're not going to like the Browns have 3 genuine positions of need: quarterback, receiver, and offensive line. You're probably not finding quality pieces at any of those positions at the November 4th trade deadline. It just typically does not work that way.
I literally see us moving Njoku somewhere for like a pick, and then we just stack up more. And we just keep pick stacking, and you're going to see a whole bunch of rookies playing next
year. They're buying. They never said they're buying what. Maybe they're just buying draft picks.
Yeah, that's what you know what I mean? And then we'll get one receiver like you've been talking about Mitchell for a couple of weeks now. So if that comes through the tubes and then, we could have him out there dropping passes as soon as Sunday too, that'll be great. Let's get it.
Who's your guys number one? Someone put a gun to your head. We gotta kill that extremity. If someone had you pressed a little bit, right? It was like, okay, name one guy going off the Browns roster. Who's the guy that's going to be for sure off this roster?
By tomorrow?
By tomorrow.
Could be like a Teller and Joku type deal, but I don't know. They might not trade anyone. They really might be buyers, like Nick said. Like, we really just might have to get ready to learn another thing.
But you got to sell something to buy.
But here's
like
the
you said, we got 100
You got
picks,
100
bro.
draft picks.
Yeah.
And here's the other piece of it, too. Like, this team is so bad offensively. Like, are you really going to move any pieces off of this offensive line that's already bad and let it get worse? Are you really going to trade to Joku, who's probably your best pass catcher?
I just passed in Joku strong over in
when we
Westlake.
want to put Shador on the field, like that's setting up to fail even worse. So like there are expiring contracts, and those moves traditionally would be smart to make, but you already have so many mid-round draft picks. Like, what do you want to do? Just own the 5th and 6th
do
round?
Teller
Like,
and Batonio have kids? Like, are they?
Teller for
Teller
sure
does.
does. Batonio, I do not think so.
Like if they do, forget about that. Though, you know how we get with our player relationships. We wanted to do Joe a favor. We'll say, you know what, Wyatt, we'll keep you in the city for the rest of the year, man. Who cares? Even though you're going to be leaving next year anyway. They don't. We're not.
he's the one. Wyatt's the one. I would try to actually extend Wyatt Teller because he's older. He's not going to command that much on the free agent market. And when you've got an entire offensive line that's
Then we
free
only
agents,
need 4 guys.
yeah, like I don't know realistically that you could go into next season with a completely 100% different offensive line. So I'd actually try to work it out an extension on that one. I'd be stunned if
That
Joel
means we
didn't
could put
retire.
Zinter in the squad. Zinter, Whippler,
Yeah.
and then we just
Luke
need 2
Whippler.
tackles.
Center
Let's
one.
go.
Yeah.
Let's go. We're back. We're back.
We would break the record for most sacks by an opposing D tackle in
Has
the game.
Zach Zinter played a snap in his NFL
No.
career?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah?
he was on the field a lot last year.
Was? Well, why is it now he's just a scratch every week?
He's healthy and active every week.
Nasty behavior.
Him and Mike Hall. Don't know what that's about, but whatever, it is what it is. Jack, want to do a little NFL buy or sell?
Yeah, sure. You want me to read them off?
Yeah, please.
Okay, yeah. Let me get the old document pulled up
I
here real
am
quick.
overheating.
You kind of caught me
Shout
off
out
guard.
Luke Whippler too. That's our center next year, my boy.
Okay, yeah, guys, we got a little, Browns on the bye week. We all got the chance to watch Red Zone a little more closely than usual. We're going to go a little NFL general buy or sell. No Cleveland Browns in here. Guys, buy or sell. The Packers are Super Bowl contenders after what they did yesterday.
Sell.
I'm still buying it.
No.
Why?
Just because you have the game where you look as erratic as they've had a couple times now. One in the Panthers game, one versus us. You need to be a consistent team, and Love is showing me he could lay eggs just out of nowhere. Did you see the play where
The
he
pick?
scrambled back, ran all the way to the other side, and he just threw it directly to a Panthers DB, and he just dropped the ball. He got so lucky.
Oh, the almost pick. The second one, then, yeah, in the game.
I mean, it wouldn't really matter because it was 4th down, but what I saw was that I think he was just he was telling his receiver, I'm going to throw up a jump ball. It's you one-on-one to try and get it. It's 4th down. Fuck it. And he didn't even make a play on the ball. The receiver didn't. I still think they're Super Bowl contenders because I think they have one of the best defensive players in the league in Micah Parsons. They have a decent secondary. You have Josh Jacobs and you have Tucker Kraft getting hurt. That really sucks.
Yeah, it
it's
does
just
hurt a lot.
and they,
Super Bowl
everyone's getting
favorite,
hurt.
maybe not, but Super Bowl contender, I certainly still think so.
Are they
Yeah.
first place in the division? Who's
I believe
still are,
still are in that
because
division
the
because they have the
Lions are
tie.
struggling,
Because
so
they have the tie, so
it's
I think
still
they're
just
ahead.
given first playoff game loss to me.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
I've
selling
seen
it,
Jordan
too.
Love win on the road in the playoffs. I've seen Jordan Love win at home in the playoffs. Well, kind of. But I think if they get home field advantage throughout, I would say like they're definitely a contender to still make it through. I don't think one bad game really changes that.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing about teams who play to the level of their competition, which it kind of seems like the Packers have so far this year. Is like playoffs, it is better competition. So maybe you do kind of step back up. But
can't
I think they
buy
got
on a team
thrashed
that
for like
lost to us.
170 on the ground yesterday, though, which is not a good
Rico
sign.
Dowdle is the best player in the NFL.
Can't
Dude, did
lose
you
to
see his celebration penalty?
Yeah.
The Hingle McCringleberry, that was hilarious.
Almost cost
Hey,
him
by the
the
way,
game.
we got a little bit of breaking news here from Mary Kay. Not tremendously. Browns could open Deshaun Watson's 21-day
I don't
practice
care.
window soon. It's not expected to be this week, but it sounds like they're moving towards opening up that window. He's doing some rechecks on the Achilles, according to the entire article, and I haven't read much further than that, but it's not expected to be this week, but potentially next week.
Bang.
Fuck that guy.
Ugh. Okay. The Bills' defense can stop Patrick Mahomes, parentheses, when it matters.
That's a good question. I would never bet on the Bills to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs because they quite frankly haven't. Yeah, we haven't seen that. That was
Bosa,
a
big
classic.
pickup,
Yeah,
though.
Joey Bosa looked really good.
Bosa's a guy.
Joey Bosa, that fourth quarter, he looked really good. So, but I mean, again, I'm not going to bet on the Bills to beat the Chiefs.
Give
in
it
the
a
playoff.
couple more weeks with this.
The Josh Allen special, beating the
Rasheed
Chiefs in
Rice
the regular
looks
season.
too good. Worthy, I think, is just too valuable of a weapon, too. I think when push comes to shove, they'll choke like they always do.
And I don't even think it's so much about the defense. It's you need Josh Allen to go out in the playoffs. And again, it sucks because it's like whichever team gets the last possession usually wins the game, and that's kind of serious. Bills need a wide receiver 1.
Keon Coleman will not be getting it done for them when it matters most. And Elijah Moore catching jump balls was not on my bingo card last night.
I agree. Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I think also like if you're the Chiefs couldn't play like that was Patrick Mahomes' lowest career completion percentage in a regular season game, I think. So like that literally can't get worse, you would think. They had 2 offensive linemen out. So like there's a couple like and they still played them that close with both those factors
Kareem
involved
Hunt
too.
is the lead back in the big 2-5. But
Kareem
he's washed
him.
though. He's washed though.
Okay. Buy or sell, the Bears offense is good enough to overcome whatever the hell their defense is.
You said Bears or Bengals?
Oh, well, it could be both. The next question was about the Bengals, so.
Neither.
Yeah, I mean, no. Like, the answer is no, to be honest with you. Like, are we talking the Bears, when you say their offense is good enough to overcome their defense, are we talking, like, to go to the playoffs?
To go to the playoffs, yeah.
They're 500 right now.
No, they're 5-3.
Oh wow.
So, like, obviously they're on the upward trajectory. The only thing is the AFC North is so difficult. But, no, I think they're going to miss the playoffs kind of by default. Like the Vikings, watching what they did yesterday. The Bears, that's what kind of sucks for them is, like, you could be good, but you're still the 4th best team in that division, which is the craziest part.
Yeah, I'll sell.
Yeah, sell that. Sell both those.
I'm buying. I'm so in on the Chicago Bears just because I love the passes to the quarterback. I think that's the dopest thing in the sport, and they did it twice. Okay, buy or sell. The Bengals defense is number 32 of 32 in the National Football League.
Yeah, that's a big buy.
Buy.
I mean, that's embarrassing. That's a game where you just pack it in. You pack up the season. You're Jamar Chase, you're T. Higgins, you're Joe Flacco. Mainly T. Higgins and Jamar Chase because Joe Flacco is just the hired gun. It's going to be there until Joe Flacco gets back. But, yeah, 100%. The defense is the worst in the NFL. Any point, if you give them the ball back, they're going to score at least a field goal. When you saw the amount of time on that clock, they're only down 1. You didn't feel good about the Bengals winning that game. Nobody did. Everybody knew the Bears were going to come back at the very least, kick a field goal, and attempt to win the game. Not only did they did that, Colston Loveland broke a tackle and went all the way to the end zone. Like,
You can't get an onside kick, take the lead, and lose a game. You can't do that.
That type
you just
of
can't
loss
do that.
to a point where you were almost going back to 500. Now you're looking out in the playoffs. You score 42 points. That's not enough to win. The Bengals' season is over.
Also, like
Cancun on 3.
Colston
even, like-
Loveland hasn't done a thing all year, and then they let him break off a 58-yard
Zach
touchdown.
Taylor needs to get fired.
Zach-
Al
Zach-
Golden
Zach
needs
Taylor
to get fired. Like
Gave
that-
him a free touchdown going on the replay. I know they were on the 1-yard line, so it wouldn't have made that much of a difference, but he gave the other team a touchdown. That's never a good thing for your
How about
coach.
this? Since arriving in Cincinnati ahead of Week 6, Bengals quarterback Joe Flacco has thrown for 11 touchdowns. That's the most in the NFL during that span. He also ranks 7th in total QBR over the last 4 weeks.
T. Higgins is gross. Too.
So let's
Like-
I'm gonna give my take on this.
Yeah.
So it's a mixture of both. He would have never been able to do this here, but to Zach Taylor's credit, which most people won't give him many, he has drawn it up very nicely for Joe Flacco out there. Much better than Kevin Stefanski ever did out here. He's put him in much more positions to succeed, easier passes. Granted, I think a couple of us could complete a pass to T. Higgins if you put it out there far enough and it was a one-on-one. And yes, they're going to go make plays. But the fact that Joe Flacco could go out there and throw for 450 and 4 touchdowns after he was out here looking like absolute garbage is a bit of an indictment on the team and the scheme we are running on offense.
Yeah, like he looked completely washed here. So the fact that he can go there
It
and
looked like
throw
a Pro
400 yards for the first time in his career, like something's gone wrong. And I get that they have Jamar Chase and T. Higgins and you do not, but still, he looks like Joe Flacco. He looks closer to the 2023 version of Joe Flacco with Cincinnati than he did with the head coach that was supposedly the guy that made him the comeback player of the year and that made him go to the playoffs. So somebody probably should have to answer to that. They won't because they hide, from those type of questions. They don't do bi-week press conferences and those type of things anymore these days. But yeah, somebody should have to answer for, I get Chase, Higgins, those guys are really good, but why does it look this significantly better?
The receivers do not make up for that much of an increased production.
300, like
At the end of the day, they're all still pros, bro.
Net 300 passing yards per week. Buy or sell. The Colts are frauds, and the steel curtain is finally here.
Absolutely selling that more like that. I've never sold anything in my entire life. The Colts aren't frauds. They played horrible. Daniel Jones turned the ball over. Shane Steichen had a horrible game plan. I don't know why Jonathan Taylor, the best player on the planet right now, has 14 carries. It doesn't make sense. But that was the first game we saw Daniel Jones kind of be the Daniel Jones we've come to know and love.
Saw that
in New
look
York.
on his face.
It's a turnover. 6 takeaways is great. But at the end of the day, they only lost by 7 points.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh had 6 takeaways and at home, and they only won by 7
Yeah, if
points.
he would've
So I'm not here to glaze the steel curtain. I hate that name, by the way. Like, they're fine. I've never been high on the Steelers this year. The offense, you still have question marks. Like, are you actually gonna involve a receiver? You need somebody outside of DK Metcalf. Roman Wilson might not be the
Did
answer
nothing.
there. Had a horrible fumble, by the way, almost cost him the game. Or potentially could have cost him the game. No, Colts played bad. Daniel Jones didn't play well. Shane Steichen didn't have a good game plan for him. And Pittsburgh's defense was, and give them credit, Pittsburgh's defense was the best they've been all year. But 6 takeaways, winning by only 7 at home, that doesn't move me.
Yeah, they're still both these teams are flawed, but I don't think either of these teams will be serious threats to do much of anything in the playoffs. But I do think they both probably get there. This is just that was the most Pittsburgh Steelers football game ever. And I kind of had that feeling pregame. Like, that is just the type of game that Pittsburgh wins, and lo and behold, they found a way to win it. So I definitely, I'm with Ryan. I'm selling it on it meaning too much, but it was definitely their best showing today.
Out of those 3 teams that are all 7-2 right now, Patriots, Colts, Broncos, they're fighting for the 1 seed. Whoever gets that 1 seed, that's going to be the team that advances the furthest. None of them are going to win a playoff game. And whoever gets the bye is going to lose whoever gets out of the wild card because they're going to mess around and have to play like the Bills
The
or
Chiefs,
the Chiefs.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, that's-
If the Colts at home, I can see them beating the Bills.
against the Chiefs.
I can see them beating the Chiefs, yeah.
I'm not taking
Colts
it.
are actually the one team Patrick Mahomes hasn't.
People were mad at me
selling
about my
it, though.
Broncos take yesterday, so I'm putting a self ban. I'm not gonna crash out about anything related to the Cleveland Browns until we'll see what happens after this Jets game.
Colts not frauds,
But people were really mad at me last
But
night because I stand by too. Like, the Denver Broncos kind of gave you a blueprint that if you draft a quarterback in the first round, the cap hit doesn't really matter that much. Like, they're still paying Russell Wilson. Like, Rob, I know we were texting about that, and then I tweeted it out, and then like the pitchforks came out, and who were you gonna draft, this, that, and the third? Like, doesn't really matter. They gave you the blueprint of how to move off of this and how to progress forward as a franchise, and they're winning games, and they're in the playoff picture, and they're creating solutions while you're at home creating excuses and hiding from the media and dodging bye-week press conferences and that sort of thing. So I stand by what I put out there last night, but people were big mad, so I'm self-imposing no more Browns crash outs.
the
out of
people-
this.
This is like when the college football programs know they're absolutely screwed, and they just come out with like the self-imposed bans before anything else, and they're like, please don't look into this.
You gotta acknowledge that they made that deal for Russ, but they also had Nathaniel Hackett, who also proved to be a bad coach, and they got rid of him, and they went and got a guy, and then they paired him with a good quarterback, and you see where it is. If Kevin Stefanski was coaching the Broncos right now, they're probably not 7-2. Sean Payton's got them getting games done in the fourth quarter. He's adjusting as games go on. It's as simple as that, bro. You gotta have the talent matched with a good coach. We've got neither right now.
Last one for the NFL buy or sell. After yesterday, the Vikings are a threat to win the NFC North, currently a game and a half out, I believe.
100% I'm buying this. Now, they have a long ways to go just because of how good every other team in that division is. They're 4-4, which is somehow the worst in that division. That just goes to show you the NFC North is probably the best division in football. But you go into Ford Field. I was doing Route 84 with Herman Moore. You talk about the stats, the Lions at home. They don't lose at home in the regular season. I think 15 straight. J.J. McCarthy finally healthy again. You see what happens when you are a mobile quarterback. He was doing it with his arm. He was doing it with his legs. Brian Flores' his defense is absolutely ferocious. Pair that with Kevin O'Connell. And if J.J. McCarthy turns out to be good, which through 2 games, he looks really good. They go into Ford Field, beat the Lions. How could you not say they're a threat?
Also, quick note to Scott Hansen, just because I believe McCarthy's first 2 starts came in prime time, I want to say. So that was his first time playing during 1 o'clock. Like, Scott Hansen gave him one of the most like electric introductions I've ever seen for a player being on red zone for the first time. That made me
J.J.
really happy.
McCarthy, I might have been wrong. Just like I was wrong about Bo Nix. They can hoop.
Yep.
He's clutch.
First round
clutch.
quarterbacks.
He makes plays with his legs, and then The 2 games I've really watched to the Vikings this year, he made 1 or 2 throws in the clutch when they absolutely had to have it, where it was just right on a rope, and he didn't even throw
He's
it.
a winner.
Didn't even throw it to Jefferson. I was
He's
telling
won
my
his whole
dad, I
life.
was like, they're throwing it to 18, even if he's quadruple coverage. He throws it to the slot guy on a perfect slot fade, just right on the money. So yeah, they're threats. When you got a quarterback and a coach as good as Kevin O'Connell, you got a chance.
All right, Jack, you want to flip over to college football?
Yeah, a lot of quick hitters here. A lot went down in the college football world over the weekend. The first one for you guys, the first rankings come out tomorrow for the college football playoffs. I'm not going to ask you guys to do a full 1 through 12. I don't think that'd be fair, and I don't think we have enough pen and paper to do that. Who's your guys' top 4 teams in the country right now as we get those first rankings out?
Oh, wow. Top 4. Okay, well, without a doubt, you have to have the same top 3. Otherwise, you're not watching college football, and it's Ohio State, Indiana, and Texas A&M. Why? Because they're all undefeated. I think that just goes to show. Your fourth one, that's probably a toss-up.
Yeah, Bama or Georgia is who I think a lot of people will be
Yeah.
debating for that last spot, or for the 4th
Give
spot,
me the
rather.
Crimson Tide.
Yeah,
at the
give me
4th
Bama
spot.
at 4.
I think that's the exact rankings, by the way.
Yeah, probably.
Is Bama at 4?
Yeah, and if
That
if
is the
so,
exact ranking.
yeah, they got it right. Give me Bama.
Yeah, I think Georgia's just been like, I don't know. Georgia's clearly not normal Georgia. Like their defense kind of stinks, which is like that was like what formed the Kirby Smart era originally. And I think 4 of their 5 wins in conference play are comeback wins right now. So like their whole thing is like
They've been
Kirby
fucking
Smart's
around.
got this like new tagline like we're hard to kill, we're hard to kill, we're hard to kill. Like we can hang in games. Like those teams fall off eventually. And I don't know how much I truly believe in Gunnar Stockton right now.
Jack, I want to ask you this real quick. Miami falling. Is that hurt Notre Dame's chances, or are we still under the influence of if they win out, they make the
No,
playoff?
they're already up to 10.
Yeah,
I'm
they're. I
looking at
mean,
it
Notre
now.
Dame's minus at least minus 250 on every single book to make the playoffs. Like I think it's about your body of work over a full season, and I think it's. If you're looking at the Miami game, I think they'll more so look at the Texas A&M game where it's like, okay, you lost by 1 and your holder dropped the extra point, and that's why you lost by 1. Like, so I don't think Miami losing hurts them that much, but yeah, Miami's got to figure their stuff out because
So-
the ACC was looking like.
So what you're saying is, if you're an independent school like Notre Dame, you can schedule 2 really good teams, at least projected to be, and then schedule butt cheeks throughout. But as long as you beat the butt cheek teams throughout undefeated, you get in.
As long
Yeah, I
as
guess.
Texas doesn't finish the season strong, that could be a team where I think it would be 2 bubble teams that are kind of fighting for it, and Texas is lost to Florida.
I don't think
could be
it'd come
bad.
down to it though.
But the worse Miami looks, that could. But their strength of schedule is going to be overall higher than Notre Dame.
I was just trying to troll Jack.
Yeah,
But I think
it didn't
they're
work
good.
because we don't schedule our
as long
games.
as long as they win out. But Miami proving to be frauds. Carson Beck.
Well, that's
proving
just going
to-
to kill the ACC more than anything else because the ACC was looking like a 3-bid league and now it's probably a 1-bid league, and it might go to Virginia, who somehow is like,
the Cavaliers.
dude, they're not good. They haven't played anyone good. Every single game they come back in the 4th quarter against like these terrible teams, but
Their big win was Florida State, and now Florida State
Hey,
looks
did
like
you
poop
get
again.
my text on Saturday night, bro? I was casually, I looked up at a TV and I saw the Bearcats just getting absolutely demolished. as
I didn't
Utah was
reply because I
wearing the
don't
All
care
Blacks.
because I didn't watch a lick of that game because I wasn't staying up for a 10 p.m. kickoff that I knew they were going to lose. Didn't know.
guys,
All
Julian's saying
Black.
first in the
Can't
Heisman
rage
odds
bait
now.
me. I'm too
You think he
smart.
locks it up?
What?
Julian's saying first in the Heisman odds now. Do we think he locks it up?
We saying Heisman. We saying Heisman.
I mean, if you're undefeated and you're the best you're the quarterback of the best team in the country. That's a pretty obvious
What
formula.
stinks about this though is like outside of maybe the Michigan game, and Michigan's not the same Michigan as they've been. Like he hasn't really had an opportunity for like a true Heisman moment, just because they're so dominant. But like you have to give it to them. I'm getting to the point where I'll be mad if they don't. And I know like you've got 2 stud receivers with Carnell Tate and Jeremiah Smith, but how would you like Mendoza is also undefeated, and Indiana looks really good, but yeah, the Buckeyes are just a different type of good.
The
So-
Heisman will be decided in the Big Ten championship game.
I was just thinking.
most
that.
likely.
Oh,
That'll
that's a
be
good
it,
take. That
for
is a
real.
very good take, I think. Anything else we got here looping around? Is Texas back, guys? 7-2.
Yeah,
Tough schedule, though,
I'll give
coming up.
Texas a back. I'll give Texas a back because Arch Manning is back. Arch Manning looks good, Rob. Are you hungry for it?
No, because Vanderbilt were frauds and we knew it, bro. I said this like 3
Industry
weeks ago.
plan.
I was like, the dam's gonna break at some
He is
point.
an industry plan.
And then like
Diego
he
Pavia.
had a great first
Two
half,
turns.
but then they let him back in the game. So it's just I need to see it consistently from Arch. But whenever he got lit up a couple weeks ago, since one of those moments, he's kind of been playing well. We'll see. Maybe the rest up was whatever he needed for whatever might have been wrong with his shoulder or whatever they say. But I'm not bad. Both those teams no.
Yeah, I mean, my issue with them is like they still got to go down to Athens and play Georgia. Then they get Texas A&M at home to end the year, which is like a massive, massive game. So we're gonna learn if they're back, right?
Talk to me after the Georgia game.
I also maybe if they go 9, if they go, well, let's say they lose like close, tight against Georgia, and then they beat Texas A&M to end the year. They might be the first 9-3 team to get in.
Reverse it, beat Georgia, lose in a close game to Texas A&M. They might have a chance. Maybe.
What would make you go that way they get in versus the other way?
Because of the team that's undefeated giving you a close loss, and then you go. Is it a home game versus Texas A&M?
A&M's at home, Georgia's on the road. So I'm saying you get the big road win, and then you lose a tight one at home to one of the best teams in the country.
That's what I just said. You said lose to Georgia on the road and then beat Texas A&M.
Oh yeah, no, reverse then. Yes,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's possible for them. Not a ton else going around. Yeah, Georgia Tech losing. That was the other big story of the weekend. Ryan, any final thoughts on those Bearcats?
No, I knew they were never gonna make the playoff. It was a pipe dream anyway. Like I don't care. I'm happy they're 25th. Jack, I'm just seeing this on Twitter. Like, it's not even depression. It's just not being. It's like being real about it. Jack, I saw this Oklahoma State hockey beat Creighton 25-0.
Wow, is that club hockey?
I don't know.
Well, they definitely don't have NCAA teams, so it's got to be something else of the sort. But
can you like translate that? Can you like translate this to like
winning 25-0 in hockey? That is like literally probably winning 110-0 in football. Like I have been. Like, I was around hockey teams my whole entire life on a weekend basis. I think one of the teams I covered, I don't think I ever saw them win more than, like, 16-0. So if that shows you anything, like, yeah, that's basically 10 goals more. That's also, like, what coach is doing that, though? Like, unless, like, because that's the thing is, like,
just start controlling the puck.
Hockey is a very, like, respect-based sport where you really don't run it up on teams. So unless, like, they were, like, throwing punches or, like, the other coach was, like, a total asshole, like, you don't do that. So was it Creighton who lost, you said?
Yeah.
I'd love to know what the Blue Jays coaching staff did to fire up the Cowboys before that game.
Net, like, third period, they were like, we're going to make a big comeback. They said, we're going to do it empty net
not,
all
but, like,
period.
you don't pull your goalie unless it's, like, a 2-goal game, though. Like,
they're saying we got to do something. They're just like,
also, if you're the goalie, do you just walk off?
But what
at
if
that
he's got
point?
no
It's just
defense?
I think I'm done.
Since the Cowboys put up 75 points overall with 25 goals and 50 assists, but a couple of great stat lines were Roach, nice last name, with 5 goals and 3 assists, and Carafal with 3 goals and 7 assists.
Yeah, good. Poke them.
What are the defense?
Good for the Cowboys.
Nothing, bro.
All right, do you know what level of hockey that is?
Shots on goal were 76-10.
Yeah, I mean, 76 shots on goal, and he gave up 25.
That's ass.
Yeah,
that's terrible.
What were you doing? Laying down?
Yeah,
I mean, but
you have to.
But also, they.
I mean, you're supposed to stop like shitty goalies have like an 860 save percentage. So
Was
like
he
you
even
should be stopping
standing in
like.
the net?
But was it a shootout? Like, how do you get 76 shots on goal? Is that normal for a game?
I mean, if you're just like shit pumping one team and the ice is tilted, yeah, but like
That's
not.
what I'm
no.
saying. Was it an old school shootout where they were?
Well,
just
no.
going
If you were
down
like,
and
if
just-
you were like Rob, if we went to a Monsters game together and the Monsters got outshot like 48-21, I'd be like, wow, they got fucking pumped. Like I'd be like, that was a bad
how
showing.
many shots
Like
on goal did Creighton get?
they probably have kids who can't even skate.
10?
This is club hockey,
10?
which I'm very familiar with the club hockey world.
It
They definitely have kids who can't skate.
looks like they played a second time as well, and
Ran it
Oklahoma State won again, but this time it was only 20-7.
Only.
Well,
they
because
got
it's
7
seven.
goals.
Well, they probably had like the 5th string goalie playing. They all just went out to the bar the night before. That was what the drop off in the performance. That is wild though. Good for the Cowboys. Didn't know they were supposed to have a year this year.
Boom.
Poke 'em. All right, Nick, let's tell everybody about FanDuel and get out of here.
Absolutely cannot wait. We got college hoops on today, guys. We've got the NBA on tonight. We got Monday Night Football. It's NBA tip-off week. FanDuel is your home for live betting. So even if you miss the start of the game or you just want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can even combine your live bets into a same game parlay for a shot at an even bigger payout. However you want to play, now is the perfect time to join because FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets if your first $5 bet wins. So just visit FanDuel.com/bigplay to sign up today. Play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Must be 21 plus, present in Ohio. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit is required. Bonuses are issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions do apply. See full terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG.
All right, Jack, you know what to do. College hoops. Let's start off 1-0.
Oh, hey guys, as a show, we are already 1-0 on college basketball bets this season. We picked the first game of the show correct, so we haven't missed. You got to ride these picks, guys. Okay, we're starting out Murray State money line. The Rough Riders, I believe they are, right? Something like that. I don't know. But John Morant School, they are hosting Nebraska.
The Racers.
They are riding, or they are playing Nebraska Omaha today at home. We're going Murray State minus 235 to win this one. Then Woj and his fellas up the Bonnies playing basketball in Central Western New York, taking on Bradley. We are going Bonnies money line. Then, hey, BYU, they got a big game in football this weekend. That school cannot lose right now. They're facing Villanova. AJ DeBasanta making the highly anticipated DeBansa making the highly anticipated college basketball debut. The number 1 recruit in the country. We are taking their money line against Villanova. And last but not least, who loves the Drake? We all love the Drake. The Bulldogs are at home against Northern Arizona today. And we're taking Drake and those fellas to win this one outright. Once again, Murray State money line, Bonnie's money line, BYU money line, Drake money line. College basketball is back.
All right, you heard it here first. Appreciate everybody tuning in to the Big Factor here on the Big Play.
College basketball, I can't believe it.
Presented by FanDuel, Ryan Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, Nick Padone, Rob Watson. We'll be back tomorrow, same people, same time. Hopefully I'll sound just a little bit better. I'll hit the Dayquil and NyQuil later tonight. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow. Until then, peace out. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll see you later.